Hello, welcome to Tina's Tarots, and welcome to everybody who has subscribed to me. I'm really thankful, and to everybody who's new, I hope you like it. Today is going to be a little different. The message for today, or the question for today, better said, would be: who was I in a past life, and what lessons do I bring from that past life? I might pull some oracle cards because I feel like I should have brought them in, but I decided to wait and see how I feel about the options and the messages that I get. So the blue sun dice is gonna be option 1. The violet number dice is gonna be option 2, and finally the green Leo sign is gonna be option 3. For the options, I just rolled the dice and thought about the question in the group, and those are the symbols that came up. If you feel like you need more time to decide, you can always pause the video and decide which option to choose. I will go on with the option, so take your time and feel it through. Thank you very much, guys. See you in a sec. So hello to my group ones. Thank you guys for being here with me. If you like this video, please like and share and comment. I'd love your comments, and of course subscribe if you want to see more like this. I just want to get that out of the way. Now for my group ones, the first option that you chose is the dice with the sun. So we are gonna go ahead and ask, who were you in a past life? That is gonna be our first question. So let's see. Oh, very interesting. So I chose this deck as the past life deck because it has fairy tales and cultures from all over the world. And these that I'm getting out, I'm just gonna pull out later. So the first thing I get in a past life, the Empress talks about the Virgin of Guadalupe. And I don't know much about the Virgin of Guadalupe, but I do know from the story that this deck brings that she is a virgin that appeared to a Mexican native that had a sick family, and she gave miracles and she blessed him, and now she is the patron saint of Mexico, basically, and all their population. So all the population of Mexico is mixed between natives from Mexico and I should call them really Native Americans, because they are, but just from the Mexico area, and also Spanish descendants, because that's the biggest thing that is bringing me to her, is that you were somebody from Spain, okay? You were somebody from Spain, and you were somebody that I do believe you were a female, and you might have been a nun, and you for some reason, I do think that you had this dream of getting married to somebody, and that dream didn't come to be, so you ended up marrying God, which is the story of the Four of Wands. I do believe that what happened was that your your intended husband went out to sea and maybe for war, and he never returned, because that's the story that the Four of Wands tells here, is about a Hindu, one of the, I don't remember what their name was, but one of a very important family of brothers that sacrificed himself going headfirst into battle with his army so that the war could be won. But his only last request was to be married. And so I think one of the gods became his female version and married this warrior. And she cried when he died, but they were victorious. And at the same time, this is the story of the Little Mermaid. So I do believe also that he never came back, but it wasn't because he died. I think that the Fool here is saying that you were dreaming and hoping that, you know, to know what happened to him, and you were so devastated that you couldn't, that he ended up you ended up becoming a nun and never marrying again. So those are the first 3 cards. Yeah, see, and again, right here talks about, see, these are, to me, these are very Catholic, which was the main religion at that time, very Catholic cards in this case, because see how she's hugging the lamb. So you gave yourself to God and to caring for, I believe, little kids and orphaned babies. Okay, this is a very depiction of the lamb and Jesus and, you know, the Northern Star. And the devil is basically the devil, you know, where you started having this vision of spirituality as in a good and evil kind of bias. At the same time, you were very, you started thinking that you started, I believe, despairing because you had all these dark thoughts about your intended and about why he didn't come back, or life taking him away from you, and you spiraled and you hoped that being a nun would cure you from having such dark thoughts. But what ended up happening with this story of the judgment is that you couldn't escape it. You couldn't escape it. You tried so hard to be enlightened, and your past just came chasing back to you, and you were judging very hard. And I think that is, eventually you could let go, but it took you many years, and it was a very strong battle that you had to fight. I do believe that is what happened. Let me see. The next card is what lesson you learned from this. Guys, I'm gonna pause for a second and I'll edit the video and return. I'm sorry guys, I had to get the door. Well, my food was here, so I didn't eat though. I didn't want to lose the flow. Anyways, the next question, which is answered by the Osho Zen cards, is what lesson did you bring back from that life? Well, I do believe that in that life, you learned the importance of companionship, the importance of soulmates. You learned the importance of love and companionship and you know, the bond of friendship and how it can affect you so deeply. I believe that in this life, that is something you're going to be successful in. You're going to be emotionally successful in your relationships with others. You're not going to get attached to them, but you're going to grow with them and allow yourself to flourish on your own. side by side with another without getting attached. See how these trees, they don't have huge attachments, but they're each their own, and they grow together, and that is what they share, is the common ground they have. But they are two independent, separate trees, and they help each other, and they're successful. And it talks about that you are going to be successful, not only not attaching yourself to people and those kinds of bonds, but you're also gonna be successful about understanding what is important and what is not. That desire, that can be something that is an illusion, that you're gonna go beyond that. You're gonna understand that there's more to life than what we desire, and not to be lost in desire. I believe that that is something that you're gonna have, that you're gonna bring from that life, and these are things that you're gonna learn quickly, because you've already learned them, and now you're here to express them. I think I'm deciding whether I want the starseed. So not the starseed. You know what? I'm gonna get the dreams of Gaia. And my next question for this is gonna be, what lesson are you here to learn in this life? What lesson are my group ones designated to learn in this life? Well, I'm just gonna do this, but in the next groups I'm gonna show how I shuffle, just in case. So I do believe that you're feminine in this life too. And the lesson that you came to learn in this life is related, quite opposite to, it's related about fulfilling your own desires in a healthy way, about manifesting what you really want and being able to create the reality that you want without burdening yourself and judging yourself too harshly. You're gonna learn to go with the flow of your emotions, which is something that in your other life you were unsuccessful. Because you were attached, but you learned how important love is and how important it is not to be attached to a person. But I don't believe that you learned completely in that life to not judge yourself and actually forgive yourself for the things that you do want, to be kind to yourself because of the things that you want in life, and be able to go after what you want emotionally, about the things that emotionally make you happy, without being hard on yourself. You know, that Catholic thing of punishment for the things that you shouldn't be able to desire. That is what you're here to learn, that it's okay. It's okay, and you want what you want, and you go with the flow, and you're in control of your emotions, and you don't spiral down. I think that's what you came here to learn, the conflict within yourself, and to be able to manifest your own reality. So yes, my dear group ones, this was very interesting. This is the first time I actually do a past life reading with the cards, and it was very rewarding. If you liked the message, please comment about it. Do you want more messages like this? I would love to hear it. Please like the video if you did like it, and if you feel like you want to listen to more videos from this channel, subscribe down to the right. That little bell will help you get notified every 3 to 5 days that I put a video up. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Goodbye. Hello to my group 2s. This question is, who were you in a past life? And then the Osho Sen will answer, what lesson did you bring from that past life? But I added in group number 1 the dreams of Gaia, also answering another question, which is, what lesson are you here to learn in this life? So I will shuffle in front of you and I will get the cards to answer that last question. I also want to say that my group 2s, if you want to subscribe or like this video when you receive the message, I would appreciate it. And I would really appreciate comments, you know, what messages would you like, etc., etc. Anyways, I also want to comment on the number 10. The number 10, which is your option, is something that tells me that this is a life, I believe, it's a life about a lesson that you completed. That is what the number 10 tells me. So I wonder how will that relate to the reading. Also, I want to comment that the reason that I picked these cards, the fairy tale cards, is because they have very different pictures from they're fairy tales from different countries. So I thought that would be very interesting how I could read that into a past life reading, and it truly is very interesting. So see, you're gonna see the rest of the cards in a second. First, I want to talk about how everything that I'm seeing is telling me that in the past life you were Asian. You were an Asian man. And in the past life, could have been from the Philippines, or could have been from Korea, somewhere like that, because this is the Korean drink that is in every K-drama. I am a K-drama fan. Anyways, you were a very humble man. You farmed, you lived out of the land, and you were deeply you were happily married, and you were well known, I do believe. Yes, you were happily married, you were very well known and respected where you left, and you had the ability to manifest abundance in different ways. Okay, you were a person that could, you know, sell anything to anyone. You were charming, and you were a person, you were a leader. You were also very creative and even a little bit of a risk taker when it came to you were a passionate person, and when it came to love and feelings and emotions, even though you were very level-headed, when it came to emotions, you had a little bit of a risky and wild side. And this is why I got a feeling so yeah, it could have been from the Philippines. I got it twice from the Philippines. But anyways, this is what happened. You got married as it was the custom. But I do believe that the problem that you had inside of you, and the reason that you were a little bit immature when it came to emotions, is because you were attracted to people from your same sex. So you were attracted to other men, I do believe, but this is a secret that you wouldn't tell, and it tore you inside because you had a very charming wife, and a wife that was very, very smart. I do not see you have any very important feelings for other men. This was something very dark that you wouldn't tell anybody, but you never really truly explored that. You did have affairs with other men, but never like an important emotional affair. Your emotions were really binded to your wife, but your sexuality wasn't, and that was the biggest problem that you had. She might have known for a while and maybe been angry with you, but eventually you both settled down, and you settled down into a life, an easygoing life with her. So it's not a life that might have had a lot of dramatic emotional things, but it was something that I feel that was important to you and that was aggravating. Yes, see, the Lovers, letting go, and the exhaustion. So what lessons do you bring from that life? I do believe that from that life, you understand the important choices of to choose to love or not to love, and how sometimes it's more exhausting to live the life for others, and it's better to let go of your attachment to other people, to actually experience your true passion and desires. I think that that is something that you bring from your other life, is the exhaustion of being married and, not experiencing love because you had to, not see the tears, not experiencing love because you settled. And that gave you a lot of heartache and exhaustion, and you put on a big armor that everything was perfect when it was not, and you bring that, and now it settling down, and settling for somebody is something that you don't want to do anymore. And that is you're searching for the love of your life. You're searching for your other half. You're searching for your true passions and desires. So now what I'm going to do is ask, what lesson did you come to this life to learn? What lesson did you come to this life to learn? I know you can't see them. It'll be a second. In this life, I do believe that it's very related to your past life. In this life, you came to experience how important it is to choose the right relationship and be loyal to the person that you want, and not make the decision something logical. It needs to be from the heart. It needs to be from your emotions, from the fire. It needs to be, you came to learn that. And there is a chance that you will repeat the same story where you settle down. So I do believe that in this life, incredibly, the 10 right here, who talks about a lesson learned, I think that the message from the 10 is saying, you need to learn this lesson. The 10 is the complete. If you learn it in this life, this lesson will be completed. But if not, you're just going to be repeating it over and over again until you learn it. You learn that you need to be faithful to yourself. And that is when you're going to manifest a relationship that is going to be passionate and not a logical one, not go with your head. I do believe that is very, very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Well, to my group 2s, that is the message. If you like the message and you like the video, please like it. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. And if there is something that you would like me to ask and do a video about, please comment, or just comment your thoughts on this video if you feel it resonated or not. I love to hear you guys. So thank you very much. I do love you. Thank you. Bye. Welcome to my group 3s that chose the green Leo dice. The first question is gonna be, who were you in your past life? The second question is gonna be, what lesson did you bring from your past life to this one? But I will do a third person with a third question, with Dreams of Gaia. And that question will be, what did you come to learn to this life? I'm going to shuffle in front of you and I'm going to take them out. So while I go on about this, if you want to hear more videos from me, please subscribe with the little bell to your right. Comment what you feel about this video. I love to hear you. And if you do like this video, please like it. It will help me a ton and it will help me grow. Let's see this. Ooh, Yamasha. I love Yamasha. I'll show you the rest of your cards in a second. So the first three cards are telling me the Hermit is a druid. The Hangman is actually Sleeping Beauty. And last but not least is Yamasha. This is very interesting. So I do believe for this person, you were always a highly spiritual person. Yes. Okay. So I wondered if this was something that was going to come out. So in all your lives, all your lives were about awakening. Okay. In all your lives, you were deeply connected with the gods. This is this is not actually answering about just one past life, but many. You were a druid, you were a shaman, you were somebody who was very connected to nature and the trees. You were deeply, you went through many lives where you were asleep and you awoke into a spiritual reality. Okay, that is what they're telling me. They're not just one, it's a many. See, King of Wands is the Phoenix, where you had many awakenings. And then Page of Swords, it's somebody, the story of the Page of Swords is very interesting, because this story, it's worth telling, the same as this one, which I'm leaving for last. The story of the Page of Swords, it's about a girl. Her father fell in love with a woman, and he was a king and made her his wife. And she had 3 kids, but he was an emperor, sorry. But the sisters were jealous of the relationship between the emperor and the youngest of the sisters, so they left the kids in the water, and the gardener of the emperor raised them as their own. Finally, when the gardener died, they went in search for 3 very important objects. And when she decided that she wanted very important objects, and when she went in she decided to go in search for them, the brothers said, no, we'll protect you and we'll go, but they failed. So she went and found the 3 objects, and she, with those objects, kind of made things right. When she saved her brothers, she made the garden of her foster parent beautiful again. And finally she freed her mom, who was imprisoned because the king thought that he was told that she never had kids, that she had dogs and cats and something silly. And they learned the truth, that she convinced the emperor that her and her 2 brothers were her kids. So this story tells me about challenges that you faced to become the phoenix. You were always somebody that would rise from the ashes and become somebody new. You were always somebody who was a little odd, who wasn't, if you look at her, she's a woman, but she's not dressed as such. You were always somebody that followed your own path and never quite conformed to the regular rules. And you always had a moment where you awakened. And when you awakened, you became, you always became larger than life. Now this is the most interesting one, which talks about a shaman. The one that talks about the Three of Coins. This is the story about these two spirits who would adopt kids and raise them, kids that had no parents. But they were the ultimate spirits in making shamans. So only a few special kids would survive and would learn. And and you were one of the special kids that would become one of the most powerful shamans of all time. So that is who you are. You are a person that's deeply connected with spirits, and spirits choose you and take care of you. Okay, you're deeply connected with your emotions and with nature. You find the magical objects and you transform. That is what you do. You transform and you learn and you grow. So this is who you were in your past lives, a very deep, important shaman. Now, what lessons do you bring from your past life to this? Yes, look at these beautiful cards. What lessons do you bring? You bring the lesson of knowing that the possibilities for you are endless, that you have a maturity inside of you that always has the power to change your surroundings. You came here to share your experiences, to change the world. You need to trust that everything is perfect and that spirits will be helping you in this journey because they have everything ready, and you came here to trust the universe and trust your fellow humans that everything will be ready for you when you decide to change the world and explode and become that phoenix again. This is very, very powerful. That is the lesson that you bring from all your past lives. And I do believe that you bring that one to this one too, because, you bring this faith in God, this faith in the world, this faith in how things should be, like nothing could go wrong. This amazing inner soul. You're an old soul. That's who you are. Now let's see, what did you come to learn to this life? All right, well, see, I knew this was gonna be something like this. In your journey here, you came for a new adventure. You came to show people, to liberate people and show them independence. If you're female, you might be female, but you have some of you might be young males. And some of you might, not incredibly, not define yourself as either or. Sex is not really that important. But what you really are, you're like, and this is what I mean by sex is not important. This is how you feel that, yes, you might be a woman or you might be a guy, but you're attracted to anything that pulls your passions. You're very independent and liberated. And you are a priestess. You've been initiated by spirit. You are somebody that lets go and goes with the flow, and the butterflies are telling me that you transform. Just, you have this aura larger than life, and it's just a message repeating itself over and over. What you came to learn in this life is to let go of the pain, because a lot of your awakenings involved a lot of pain in the past. You somehow carry it with you, and you need to transform that pain into opportunity and compassion. You are a little bit of a warrior right now, and you actually came to meet other people like you and open new paths. Maybe not lead them quite yet, but open new paths. I also see that you're gonna meet somebody with a dog. I don't know why, but you're gonna meet somebody with a dog that maybe likes the outdoors and going out, and this person is gonna show you how to flow with the transformation so that it doesn't involve so much pain. Yes, this was very heavy, but very beautiful, honestly. Very, very beautiful. If you like the message, please like the video, comment if it resonated with you. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear what you thought about this video, what questions you would like me to answer in other videos, and if you would wish to see more of me or of these videos, please subscribe and share, because I think this is something that can help anybody. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your support. Love you. Bye.